Hello, this is T-Mac from Mike'sOutdoors.com, and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about muzzleloaders. This is a selection of muzzleloaders. This is not my muzzleloader here. This is my aunt's. This kind of brought up this video. She had trouble with it last year. She couldn't get to fire, so she wanted me to work on it. I enjoy working on muzzleloaders. I ain't gonna say I'm good at it, but when you use an older equipment, you got to know how to keep things, running pretty much, kind of like an old car. You got to know a little bit to keep an old car running. So she asked me if I could get this thing shooting again. I told her I'd try, and it's a Lyman Middlefield Deer Stalker is what it is. It's a pretty nice little 50 caliber rifle. This is a 54 caliber Hawken. This is my favorite gun of all time. This is a 50 caliber New England firearms, and that's a CVA back there, inline. I just got that a couple years back, and I've used it a few times. The last 2 years, I think I've been using it, and just from the mere fact that I know it's going to go off 99% of the time, that thing's going to go off. Them inlines are pretty good. I like traditional ways, but I ain't gonna be stuck in traditional ways, if I don't have to be. I choose to be traditional, but I love muzzleloader hunting. That's archery hunting's way up there. Muzzleloader is right below it. It's just something about being out there with a traditional rifle shooting. I don't do flintlocks. To me, they seem like a lot of trouble. So I like the old side locks. I like my inlines though too, so I'm not partial to any one gun. I love shooting deer with anything. But I'm gonna go over what I'm gonna do to these rifles to clean them up. A lot of people I know, they just they use their muzzleloader for the week-long muzzleloader hunt, and they put them up and they don't ever see them again till the next year, and then it's a hassle to get them cleaned up again. Now the newer ones, I don't have any idea about. I've not shot any of the new ones. They look a heck of a lot easier, but I like these traditional rifles. So, but I like to clean my muzzleloaders at least 2 times a year, maybe 3. Right now it's June, and it's about time to clean them up. That way, come September, I can clean them up again and be ready for the October season. I don't like cleaning and working on my muzzleloader during season. It happens that sometimes that happens. Last year it did, but I don't like for it to happen. So I want to go over, check this gun out, and just see what's going on. Tools you're gonna need: a nipple wrench. You're gonna need a gun cleaning kit. You're gonna need brushes, patches, boar butter. I use a lot of boar butter, and a nipple pick. I mean, there's quite a few tools you're gonna have to have, but it should all be stuff that you have if you're a muzzleload hunter. I guess I'll get to work on this one right here first. See if we can't get it to shoot. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the nipple off. It looks like a new nipple, but even new ones, they'll get clogged up. When you're shooting black powder or Pyrex, that stuff is a corrosive material. It corrodes everything around. Anywhere that smoke touches, or where that black powder or Pyrex has been, it's going to corrode. You really got to keep on top of these to keep them in good shape. But I'll take that nipple out, look through it, and make sure it's clear. If it ain't, pick it or drill it or whatever I have to do to get it opened up, and we'll go from there. So it's rusted pretty good there, so this don't work. I got one I made that will. I made this when I worked up there with Ike. It's like a nipple pick on steroids. That's what I had to do to get that 54 caliber shooting. It'll break loose with this sucker, I tell you that. completely clogged up, as usual. I mean, you ain't just gonna pick one of these guns up and shoot it, you know, with the nipple like this. It's gonna rust. It's gonna be blocked up. So every year, you might as well get used to undoing this. It's a labor of love, though. I love these old guns, so it doesn't bother me one bit. So I'm gonna pick that nipple, get it cleaned up. Now you can buy a nipple pick at Walmart or whatever store you go to. Any store that carries muzzleloaders will have nipple picks and all the stuff you need. But you can also use these right here. This is a torch cleaning kit. And I always start out with the smallest one. Run it in from behind. See that pushed right through. Just a little bit of rust blocking it, nothing big. And I'll go up to the next size. And what you can eventually do after a while is you'll make your ream your hole out a little bit, and more spark can get through there. That next size is just a little tight, you know. Make sure you get the edges real good. You know, now I can see through there, plain as day. Right through the front side and get everything out of there, and there you have it. Nipple is unblocked. I got a little wire brush, and I'll just take it around these threads. Or you can use just a plain brush that you buy for your 50 caliber. You know, clean them threads out a little bit. Get all that rust off where you can. Alright, so I chucked up a 20 gauge brush in a shotgun cleaner. Got the nice thick barrel on it, or the thick rod. This is a used 20 gauge brush, so I know it's going to go in there. Alright, looks like mud on the end of there. Crazy. Sometimes they get hung like that. Alright, so got them stuck in there. There's a patch in there, dry. We're just gonna run a little bore cleaner down it, lube it up a little bit. I'll let that sit there for 20 minutes, see if it'll soak it up. You gotta love working on these old guns. Alright, so with a little elbow grease, a little bore cleaner, liquid bore cleaner, I got the patch out. Whew. I didn't film it because I didn't think y'all wanted to hear that kind of cussing. Spared you. It was one patch too, but sometimes them old muzzleloaders down there in the very back, they get a pocket of just that kind of opens up and it'll hang your stuff every now and then, so you just gotta be careful. Alright, so I took the barrel off. I got me a nice glove on because this is gonna get hot. And I got down here, I got a bowl of hot water. I just took it, turned the fire off. It was almost boiling. And I'm gonna take that 50 caliber swab and I'm gonna run it in and out of there, and I'm gonna draw that water, hot water, up through this barrel back and forth. That's going to open up them pores in there, and that's going to give it a real good cleaning. And of course, after you do that, I'm going to have to patch it dry. Keep patching it until it's dry. Run some boar butter in it and get it nice and back into shape. Got the nipple end in the water. Ooh! Well, you got the glove on there. Alright, so run that boiling hot water through there. Go ahead and take that swab off. Let it dry out a little bit. Barrel shouldn't be too hot. These old barrels, they keep heat real good, so that's what's going to dry it out inside there is its own heat from that hot water. Oh. Whew. Still a little warm. That's what you want, though. You want to get that barrel good and hot. Run your brush in and out of there. Alright, brush it out real good. Golly, a lot of rust in that thing. Be sure you don't do this in your best clothes. Get your jag on there. And I always keep plenty of patches on hand. I bought quite a few of them last year. You might as well get used to using them because it's going to take a few of them. Well, I'll tell you what. It's got some foul in there now. That barrel's got a lot of foul. That's just rust too. I mean, that's... Alright, so I went ahead and put the gun back together. All it is just taking that pin out. And we're going to go ahead and run the drill through one more time. See if we can't loosen up all that grit and grime that's in there.